is Leah Snell, the math coordinator in Henry County Schools. This video is going to provide you with some insight behind what Mathematics Design Collaborative is and how formative assessment lessons can help students learn mathematics at high levels in Henry County. I hope that you find this information useful, and I hope you find this information is helpful to begin the implementation of FALs in all of the math classrooms here. We have teachers that will explain their experiences as well as seeing it in action with students embedded within this video.
MVC and the FALs, talking about the formative assessment lessons.
The one I did with Jackie.
Yeah, you did the one with Jackie. You did the floodlights, right?
Yeah, the shadow, and then you had the two spotlights coming down. The kids were doing similar triangles.
That's the one that I was wanting to do with my analytic, and I haven't had a chance to do that yet. So how did that go?
It was probably the easiest one. They went well. The kids loved it. It was probably one of the easier ones for them to actually see and to express their own ideas with. Have y'all tried any? Any go?
The FALs to me work great when you can.
We've done 5 FALs so far.
Wow. How'd they go with your class?
Everything's been good. One of the things, like I said, one of the things I've tried doing is on 2 of the FALs, the preliminary stuff, because it's set up to take 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have 3 days to do that.
I don't either.
And so I'll do part of it one day, and then part of it will be the homework assignment. And then we'll come back in the next day and finish it up.
The way we did the first one was we did the pre-thing they did in class. I looked over it, so when they came in, they were already set up in groups because I had known what their responses were.
Right.
And instead of writing general questions on their stuff, I actually wrote general questions on the board.
Well, that's the better way to do it, because you don't want to put comments on their actual papers. Is the whole thing. They say don't grade on the.
Well, they say to write the question on there.
Yeah, but you can question them as a group. So
right, and that's what I did.
If you use it as a homework thing, when they come in the next day, is there warm-up activity? I had them write something homework.
Okay, I didn't think about doing it. No.
And so that saves me 5 minutes class time.
Yeah, so what I did was they had the questions on the board. They had to talk with their group about that and figure out where they did. And then they started working as an entire group. And the ideas that came out, because I made sure no one in the same group had the same thought process. Some of them tried Pythagorean theorem. A few were on the right track for similar, but there were some interesting conversations. It took an entire block for us, so it took me an hour and a half to do it.
I honestly don't understand math.
I've always been the weakest in math.
Geometry is overwhelming.
I struggle with math. It's very hard for me. I'm very slow in math.
Students get a sense of themselves as this is all I can do. Students think, I'm the problem. I'm no good at math, and my mom's no good at math. So they take responsibility. They don't say, well, school mathematics has evolved into a weird beast. But that's the reality. They have to work in a really traditional format. The circumstances of performance are test-like, and the student has nothing but a pencil and paper or calculator, whatever they need, to work it out.
I'm working with a group of students who would be considered level 1 students, so they are really, really struggling with math. Every day it's a hurdle for them to motivate themselves to learn math. So you can fix it.
The normal curriculum is very dry. The engagement level is very low.
Blah, 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 blah. I'm just like, and it's like, no,
going to college, and they are appearing not ready for college. And it's because they've been brought up on a diet of answer getting. One of the things that's coming out of the Common Core State Standards is to shift towards mathematical practices. We want students to be able to see relationships. We want them to be able to persevere in problem solving. We want them to see structure. Mathematics is not a series of steps to be remembered. It's something that we do. The teachers go to an after-school meeting where they analyze their students' work.
He's a little stronger because he got most of this right, but he's not as strong as this other kid.
They're using that evidence that they have generated in class during day 1 to inform them as to how they should adapt the instruction on day 2.
I can clearly see that they're making that basic misconception with the cost and the number.
Okay, so one of the misconceptions is confusing the price with the actual number of items.
One of the specific things that we ask them to do in the after-school meeting is to create feedback questions for their students so that their students may consider the feedback questions and use these to deepen their learning experience.
Does it make sense to use the diameter? And that's just like a question. Right.
That brings them into thinking about the mathematics of the task more deeply. So there's a big shift on day 2. The formative assessment lesson is designed to create an opportunity to learn. So that might be through card sorts.
In this bag are algebraic expressions that you have to match with algebraic language.
Let's put these in order.
You see what number is that?
3,
right?
3.
There's no 3 right here, so.
Yeah, that's it?
Yeah.
It's no longer about memorization. It's not about trying to remember something.
As you go through this, why don't you convince them what and why is your best solution?
Students are actually put in a situation where they have to participate in a collaborative activity.
If you hold the triangles up like this, she's saying spin a little triangle and you'll get 1/4. So when you spin a little triangle and match the medians up, you count how many triangles in it, it's 1 to 4. That's why I say hers is the best and the easiest.
The collaborative part or the activity of doing mathematics wasn't sorting cards or working on the circles and triangles. Instead, it was analyzing other students' approaches to this non-routine complex problem.
X is the number of quarters, so it means whatever number you put there, it has to be that number times 25 cents.
I had a little confidence yesterday, but today, because we were in groups, my confidence was up.
As soon as I'm with everybody else and we all going over it, I don't mind being wrong because I learned from it. So I'm like, hopefully the next time I'll master it. I'm like, all right, I got this. Next, keep it coming.
Having the students engage in the activities and in the concepts and with a common goal, if everybody's on board, there is no way that the children are not going to be successful. You are in charge of your own learning.
The new formula would be 8 times bigger than the regular formula instead of double the formula.
That's absolutely wonderful.
I've noticed in working in schools where the teachers are implementing the formative assessment lessons, they offer the students an opportunity to do mathematics, to make decisions. 2 reasons. They get a sense of, oh, I was figuring it out.
And it will be 7.4. All right. High five. But it's the variable.
They have a sense that I felt smarter.
Working with other people, interacting with different papers was like,
But they really enjoy doing a lot of the fouls last year.
They like hands-on real life.
I think so, because they're moving that, they're doing things, and they're trying to get things done. So to me, my special eds, you know, they may not have gotten as deep into the thought process, but they enjoyed and were getting something out of it.
Even my seniors that I have for AMDM that are football players, they saw the remnants of this.
Oh, really?
Like, the spotlight. Oh, that's a football fit. Why didn't we do cool stuff like this? Because it was something they could relate to, and it's not stuff they saw when they were in the class.
I enjoyed doing the foul with my class. The kids enjoyed it thoroughly. It was a great way for them to express everything. The kids had a blast because they were able to express their own ideas, argue a lot with their own students and everything, so we had a good time with it, and I can't wait to do another one.
I've enjoyed doing the files. The students seem to like them, but you have to really be careful picking and choosing which one to use, which one not to use. And you have to watch your time, because some of them go overtime, may take 3 days, and you only have 2 days of task time. So you may have to modify some of what you're using to make it work right.
Why do you like them, and why do your students like them?
The students like them because it gives them the freedom to use their own mind, to explore things themselves. I like them because I like anything where the students are going to actually learn and learn by doing. I like that.
I enjoy doing the fouls with all of my levels. I have students all the way from support all the way up to my honors, and they really enjoy it, especially the lower level kids. You would think that they would struggle, but they really get in, they get their hands on it, they start manipulating things, and some of my special ed kids really come up with a lot different ideas than what I would be thinking of. So to me, it's a great way to get everyone in the class involved, so that they can all learn a little bit. They may not all get to the same level, but they're all learning something and moving themselves forward.